Wake up, America. Are you seriously gonna vote for Donald Trump again?
Every time I turn on the news, I'm shouting at the screen like it's a horror movie. Don't go in there, America! Leatherface is in there, America!
This is the man who called climate change a hoax,
all of this with the global warming and that, a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax.
made fun of disabled reporters, and suggested injecting bleach as a cure.
What the is wrong with us? Seriously!
Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Worst Case Donald. Today, Leslie Jones exposes Trump for the loser he really is. I mean, we're talking about a guy who once said that windmills cause cancer, claimed he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose votes,
where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters.
and referred to African nations as shithole countries. Don't even get me started on nuking hurricanes either. It's like the world's worst reality TV show, except this time the stakes are terrifyingly real. Now, here's why Leslie Jones is begging America not to vote for that man again. Leslie isn't holding back when it comes to warning about the potential disaster of another Trump presidency.
This is like a movie where you see the disaster coming from a mile away and nobody is stopping it!
Looking back at 2016, it's almost comical how unprepared Trump and his team were to run the country. They stumbled into power like kids in a candy store, appointing allies without considering their competence or ethics.
Really bring back a man who tried to overthrow the government? This is like asking Jeffrey Epstein to watch your kids.
But now, as Trump eyes his second term, he's not the naive newcomer anymore. He's had time to learn the ropes, and he's gearing up for a power grab like none other. With a decade of experience and manipulation under his belt, he's ready to exploit every loophole in the system to push the authoritarian agenda as far as he can.
I know some people don't care about January 6th, but let me remind you about something real quick. He was also a terrible president before that!
Unless something drastic changes, we'll be facing off between Trump and Biden again, and the stakes couldn't be higher. So what's the big deal? Simply put, Trump has made it clear that he's out for revenge. He wants to turn the Justice Department into his personal vendetta machine, appointing loyalists to hunt down anybody he sees as an enemy. His hit list includes Biden, Garland, Wray, and a lot more. It's kind of like a twisted show where the president plays judge, jury, and executioner.
The thing that gets me the most is there are people who are saying we're worse off than we were in 2020. In 2020, we didn't even have toilet paper.
But it doesn't end there either. Trump's revenge plans are detailed and sinister. This guy is not just targeting political opponents, he's going after former allies who crossed him. The level of hatefulness in this guy is off the charts, with Trump utterly fantasizing about using government agencies to settle scores. It's a chilling thing to think about. A president using the justice system to settle personal grudges?
What?
It's like giving a dictator free rein to silence and crush democracy. What is this, China or North Korea? Leslie's warning is loud and clear. Another Trump presidency would be a nightmare that we might never wake up from.
I could go on and on about why it would be a terrible idea to bring back Trump. But you know what? I guess I shouldn't be surprised that America is about to do something that we know is harmful to us.
So what could possibly happen if Trump gets another shot at the presidency? Well, for starters, he's gunning for undocumented immigrants. The New York Times revealed last November, saying Trump's got plans to hunt down and boot out millions of undocumented folks every year. And this guy's not playing nice about it either. Trump wants to toss them into detention camps without the usual legal checks and balances. Skipping due process hearings makes it way easier to kick people out of the country.
Like, how do you not look at Trump and not see criminal?
To bankroll this deportation process, Trump's willing to dip into military funds if Congress doesn't toe the line. Now that's a real head scratcher considering all the other stuff the military needs money for, like defense. But hold up, because there's more to it than that. Trump's cranked up his anti-immigrant talk, telling everybody who will listen that he's gearing up for mass deportations as soon as he's back in power. And he's got his sights set on the so-called bad ones, whatever that means. Then there's the whole military at the border thing. Trump's dreaming big about sending an army down there to lock things down and build even more detention camps. You know, he tried something like this before, but it got shut down for good reasons. Now he's plotting with people who think they can twist the law to make it all seem okay. Leslie's message is clear. Trump's second act could turn into a scary show of force, targeting vulnerable people and pushing legal boundaries.
That it pisses me off when you do dumb shit like, oh, we're not gonna vote on the mid terms. Oh, we're not gonna. That's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb because you're not actually doing what you need to do.
In fact, Trump seems like he won't hold back on anything, including the extreme idea of invading Mexico. Now, this isn't just a casual thought for this guy. During his first term, there were talks about bombing drug labs in Mexico. Now, although he was talked out of it at the time, he hadn't let go of the concept. According to a source mentioned in Rolling Stone, Trump is serious about considering attacking Mexico in some form. He's been vocal about wanting battle plans for such actions, which indicates a strong willingness to pursue aggressive measures. It appears that Trump sees these kinds of actions as opportunities he missed in his initial term and wants to rectify that if given a second chance.
The reason that Trump is winning is because he is an aggressive, white male, heterosexual, fucking man that's great with communication 101. That's the reason Trump wins.
Trump's approach to crime includes some controversial tactics that have raised concerns among many. For instance, he talks about deploying the National Guard into cities whenever he deems it necessary, which some see as an overreach of federal power. Additionally, he supports stop and frisk policing, which has been criticized for disproportionately targeting minorities and violating constitutional rights. Trump's plans could hit everybody's pockets hard. He wants to slap a hefty tax, around 10%, on all goods coming into the US. Now, this move, reported by the Washington Post, is not sitting well with economists, who warned that it could drive up prices and mess with how stuff gets made here. Trump's also eyeing NATO with a skeptical glare. Now, he's been saying that he might pull America back from the long-standing alliance if other countries don't cough up more cash. That could give Putin a leg up in places like Ukraine, though it wouldn't be a surprise considering Trump is still Putin's puppy. And experts are worried that it's a lousy idea. And then there's the environment. Trump's not exactly waving the green flag. He's all about drilling for oil, scrapping clean energy plans, and ditching the Paris Climate Accords. Now, this could put a dent in efforts to tackle climate change and keep the air clean for the entire planet. Now, this is just a small example of a few things that could happen if Trump were to become president again. The actual scale of potential consequences could be much larger and far more impactful. All things considered, it's in America's best interest if Trump remains far, far away from the White House. For more insights and analysis from the world of politics, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the icon button now for latest updates. We'll see you next time.